Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday evening to you. It's Region Weather Meteorologist Matt Wintz with your Region Weather Live here on this Sunday evening. Lots to talk about this week. We've got a low pressure system heading our way that looks very similar to the one that just went through. The exception is it's a little bit stronger and it's going to bring us more rain and perhaps some thunderstorms back to the region. And it's going to be with us a good chunk of the week. So we'll put some timing on it. We'll talk how much rain we're expecting, what days look to be the rainiest around here, and then we'll talk what happens next weekend behind this system. And that's pretty much going to be our topic of conversation today, as there's enough to talk about with this system in terms of the details and ironing out that should fulfill our show. And as always, at the end, we'll answer your region weather questions that you might have in terms of a forecast. If you have travel plans, we'd be happy to answer those all in this Sunday night edition of Region Weather Live. And thanks for joining us on the Sunday evening edition of Region Weather Live. I want to say hi to Mark, Jeff, Rhonda, hello, Derek. What a wonderful day is right. My goodness, it was just beautiful to have that sunshine out, spring-like temperatures. If you thought today was nice, tomorrow looks even better, Derek, as it looks right now. Alexis, hi. Diana, hi. Mary, hi. Chris, yay, spring. Happy spring, you guys. We made it through winter officially. And Mark, thanks for joining us this evening. Hi, Gail. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Cassandra. Appreciate you guys spending some time here on Region Weather Live this evening. I'm very grateful that you guys decide to come to this place with me to talk weather every Sunday and Wednesday, and I certainly appreciate it. So happy spring to you. Again, if you have any questions after we get through the forecast, feel free to ask those towards the end. I get a little bit focused on the maps here where I don't read a lot of comments in the thick of things, so we'll just kind of do that, and then we'll go over it at the end. So hi, Jay. Hi, Jennifer. And Peggy's on spring break. A lot of schools on spring break for sure. And Rhonda saw my local forecast this morning. Thanks, Rhonda. I'm sorry in advance, or actually in retrospect. I'm just kidding. It was a good show this morning for sure. Mary, hi. And what's up, Russ? Thanks for joining us, pal. All right. As always, before we get to the maps, want to thank our sponsors. Tiger Plumbing has just been with us since the start here of Region Weather Live. I love them to death. If you need to do sump pump, obviously spring rains are a big deal around here, and they can cause some problems in your basement if you don't have a sump pump that works. So they're doing $30 off right now, a new sump pump installation or a replacement. And if you have any other Tiger Plumbing needs across Northwest Indiana, anywhere in Northwest Indiana, please reach out to them, all right? Because they are just a wonderful family-owned business, been around for 30 years out of the Highland area. So please support them if you have anything you need. They don't charge trip fees to come on out. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valparaiso as well. Please support them if you have the opportunity. It is obviously windows down, Jeep top off season, and they've got a whole array of Jeeps to choose from. The new Wagoneer as well. That's great. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in the Valparaiso area. I want to thank them for keeping this show for free. All right, let's get to the map, shall we? I've got a lot to go over with this storm system this week. It's going to bring quite a bit of rain as it looks right now, and it's going to be with us for much of the week. So if you have any takeaways from the forecast, the takeaway is going to be get outside tomorrow if you can and enjoy it. Tomorrow, we're talking temperatures, I think low 70s tomorrow with sunshine. Clouds increase as we get later in the day, but it's going to be a gorgeous Monday tomorrow. Very spring-like. If you're an allergy sufferer, boy, tomorrow's not going to help. I know I've been sniffling and sneezing. That is all tree pollen this time of year. Even though you don't see the leaves on the trees, they're producing pollen, and that pollen, obviously, you can't see a lot of it. You can see the pine pollen once it gets thick, but boy, allergy sufferers, certainly tomorrow is really going to spark some of the spring allergies around here, but I think we'll take it, 70 degrees and sunshine. So where do we go from there? We already settled that we have a gorgeous Monday out ahead of us. It all begins Tuesday. This is an area of low pressure that develops in the Central Plains, very similar to the system that we just got over the course of the last couple days before we cleared out, with the rain that just kind of lingered. It lasted a little bit longer than I think we would have liked it to, right? So this system comes in from the south. There's going to be a decent severe weather event down towards Texas and Louisiana tomorrow. That will translate into the central and southern plains on in the daytime Tuesday as well. So there'll likely be some severe weather on the southern end of this. Not expecting anything severe here, but we'll likely hear some rumbles from this. I'll show you why in a little bit. But here comes our beginning of the rain. So this is tomorrow. You notice the rain. This is by tomorrow evening. The rain is approaching from the southwest. We'll stay dry for most of the day tomorrow. Can't rule out a very late evening shower. And then tomorrow night is when that rain starts to move in. So it's going to be kind of timing it, towards evening. Is it after we go to bed or does it arrive before? Either way, that's the timing we're thinking on this initial batch of showers. There's several rounds of rain that are going to move in. This is your initial batch right here, but the low pressure is still way back in Kansas. So the moisture is going to kind of get flung out in advance. And then we'll see the low pressure move in and it'll create another wave of precip that moves through. So we'll get several rounds of rain, as you saw in our title here tonight. And that first round comes in tomorrow and tomorrow night. Could see some moderate to heavy rain Monday night into Tuesday morning. This is your Tuesday morning rush hour here. We'll likely still have some rain on radar. Hopefully it's going to be moving out. We'll catch a break, but you can see as we go throughout the daytime Tuesday, we have scattered showers around, but it doesn't look to be anything too widespread, just on and off rain on Tuesday. Temperatures are still mild Tuesday. We're still on the warmer side of the system. The colder side is back towards Nebraska. You can see these arrows in here. When they're coming out of the north, that's cold air. We've still got a southeast flow. That'll keep us milder on Tuesday. Not quite the 70, though, that we had on Monday. Then as we go through time on Tuesday, you can see how we kind of develop another area of rain. There's going to be lots of lift coming over us Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, and Wednesday. That'll likely create blossoming rain on radar. So it'll be dry 1 second, then we'll get some downpours. That'll stop. We'll get another downpour. It just looks really, really rainy around here Tuesday, and that will continue on into Wednesday. So I'm going to exit this setup, and I'm going to go to the bigger maps here to show you kind of the bigger picture. I want to show you a couple things. I want to show you the evolution of this storm system, what happens later this week. I also want to go over CAPE, which is basically our thunderstorm product. It tells how much energy is in the atmosphere. You've heard me talk about that before. So I want to show you how that kind of evolves with this system. And then we'll talk long range, what happens next weekend and beyond. If you joined us last Sunday night for Region Weather Live, we were actually tracking this system last week. So we can see pretty far in advance, and models are pretty accurate in handling where these systems are. But the details, if you're trying to predict snow predictions and stuff like that, that's just too far out to be able to get kind of in the nitty gritty. So in terms of this storm, here we go. This is how the Euro evolves it. Here's your severe weather event tomorrow night, areas of Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, even Arkansas. Here's a wave of rain that moves in on Tuesday. Look at the system, though. Heavy snow on the back side of it. Very, very cold in the Rockies. Denver's going to be way down low on Tuesday on the back side of this. Here's our next wave that moves through Tuesday night. Notice the low pressure is not through here yet. Low pressure is still back in Missouri, and we've already had 36 hours worth of rainfall around here. So we're not done with it yet. Wednesday will feature a low pressure that moves through us, like right over northwest Indiana as it looks right now. It'll be interesting to see how the models shift that north or south. But Wednesday remains showery. So it looks like a decent rain tomorrow night, a decent rain at times on Tuesday. Wednesday will turn more showery, where it'll just be light to moderate rain, but it looks pretty steady at this point. And Wednesday's when temperatures start to take a dip, especially later in the day. And then Thursday is going to be our raw day around here. Low pressure just kind of lingers across the Great Lakes, much like this last round that we got over the early half of the weekend. And yeah, that's some snow on there. I see it. I don't know if you guys do, but there's a chance of some rain and snow on the backside. I'm not too worried about that snow. We may have some wet, gloppy snow mixing around. That would be Thursday into Thursday night. That clears out. Do you guys want the bad news now, or should we maybe talk thunderstorm potential? I just want to get this out there. The Euro has been consistently pointing that after this system moves out Friday, Saturday, this next upcoming weekend, right? It has been consistently bringing in this cold shot of air from the north. The GFS didn't have it. The Canadian model didn't have it. And I saw it as a meteorologist on Friday, and I said, "Oh, that's interesting. That's a pretty cold shot of air." I don't buy it at this point. The other models don't have it. It's got to be something off. It'll moderate. Things tend to moderate this time of year in the models. Well, the Euro's been really consistent with it, and now the GFS has it, and now the Canadian model has it. So confidence is growing that not immediately after that system goes by. So we're not talking Friday once we finally clear out. This is more of a late Saturday into Sunday kind of thing, like a week from now. It looks like we're going to get a shot of Arctic air in here, and we'll probably have some snow, and we may have some accumulating snow with it. just a sign that we're not done yet. I know it's spring, but Mother Nature is always a little off, and that looks to be the case. So this is what it looks like. This is Friday. We're fine. We're mild, 40s, probably near 50. It's just going to be kind of dreary from all the rain and moisture we had. There'll be some lingering moisture. Friday doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't look bad. And then this little shot comes in here. You see all these blue lines. Those are heights. That's the temperature up above us in the atmosphere. And this system comes in. It's almost like an Alberta Clipper. You can see there's not much moisture with it, but it comes screaming in here, goes diving all the way down into North Carolina, kicks off lake effect snow. This is late Saturday into Sunday. We're talking a week from now. Windy, just raw, just nasty. And then that keeps going Sunday. And then Monday, we're still cold, but we're bouncing out of it. But the good news is the GFS and the Euro both have a very quick turnaround to warmer air, right? It's spring by Monday and especially into Tuesday. It's got a real nice warm up where we're back into the 60s, maybe even near 70s. So we buckle up, right? So that's what we're looking at next weekend. So remember that, right? Region Weather Live Sunday night, we're talking about next weekend, and it looks like we're going to get a shot of cold air followed by a rapid warm up behind that. All right. The details still need to be sorted out. Could the cold air miss us? It certainly could. We could see it dive a little bit more towards New England. We could also see it strengthen and dive a little bit further south. So we'll just take it for what it is right now. We've got a pretty rainy system to get through this week that will keep our hands full in terms of the weather forecast. All right. So we'll talk how much rain. I also want to talk thunder. So there's some really cool products you can look at on here. This is the Surface Cape. So when we talk CAPE, it's literally CAPE, C-A-P-E. I've talked about that all the time during severe weather events, but just to kind of brush you up on that, it's convective available potential energy. I know that's a big term to swallow, right? But basically, that's how much energy does the atmosphere have to be able to produce thunderstorms and to be able to support severe weather, okay? So I want you to see how this evolves this week with a severe weather event down in the southern plains and how we get like little tastes of some CAPE up here. That would be enough to support some thunderstorms. I don't think anything severe at this point, but this is kind of how things evolve in the country when a cold front comes in, how it gathers that Gulf of Mexico moisture that we're waiting on. So you notice this is today, right now, there's not a lot of CAPE across the country. There's not a lot of instability. There's no reason for thunderstorms to develop. But watch how, as we go through time, this is Monday, notice how the CAPE starts to pull into that low pressure. It's pulling up that warm, humid air that we always talk about. That low pressure starts to gather, and you can see how the CAPE really fires up in Texas. There's your severe weather event. Just because you have high CAPE doesn't always mean you have severe weather. You have to have other ingredients as well, but they'll be there. And you notice how that high CAPE moves into areas of Louisiana on Tuesday. We don't have much in terms of atmospheric energy up here on Tuesday. But Tuesday night, Wednesday, you can see how we get a little lobe in here of just a little bit of CAPE, which I think would be enough to produce some thunder and lightning, obviously. And that would be Tuesday night into Wednesday. That's when we have our highest potential for perhaps some rumbles of thunder. And you notice how as we go through time, it all advances east. We're not looking at any thunder chances Thursday or Friday with the rain because obviously we're turning colder and there's no available energy. But I just thought that was neat to see kind of how it evolves. You can see how it comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. I'll show you one more time here. I'll actually hit play. Actually, I don't know if that's going to be fast enough, but you can see how it kind of comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. Neat to see. I mean, these are real atmospheric things that we talk about in terms of, you know, there's going to be humidity this week or we need humidity this week. You know, when we talk about that, it's usually coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. So there it goes. It kind of zips through with that system. Not expecting severe weather here. All right. Okay. So in terms of, let's see, what's the last thing I want to cover? Do we want to cover winter weather or should we just cover, let's get into that. Let me go over snowfall totals just so we're aware of what might be happening later next week. This system is going to produce quite a bit of snow in the northern plains. So if you have business travel plans, Minneapolis northward into Duluth, the Northwoods of Wisconsin, they're going to get some heavy wet snow from this. This is what happens next weekend, though, with that second little hit that comes in. Here you go. This is Saturday, Sunday. Notice how it ignites the lakes. And we're talking, yeah, perhaps some accumulating snow here. I'll zoom into Indiana so we can just see what the Euro is saying. And this would be Saturday night and Sunday next week. And, you know, we're not talking big amounts. It's not something that's going to stick around, but it's snow. And we don't want to talk about it this time of year. But you see some of the totals, maybe 2 to 4 inches as of right now. This is going to change, I promise. Okay, this could go from 2 to 4 to nothing. It could also be a little bit more if the lake effect kicks in, if the Clipper heads a little bit further down south and east. So the Euro's saying 2 to 4 next weekend. The GFS, which is very far out, but you notice the trend is there. It's saying, 1 to 2 inches. So not a big deal, but it does look like we may have some flakes around here by then. So just so you're aware of that, I don't want to be anything but the messenger at this point. Okay. All right. So that's our system. That's what we're looking at this week. So let's answer some of your questions. That's probably what we should do next. And we'll get you on your way here on this Sunday evening. I have a couple thank yous. Thank you to all those on Wednesday night who sent stars on Facebook. I still don't really understand what they are. I think they're trying to copy YouTube, but I appreciate it. Don't ever feel like you have to. But I use those and whatever Facebook cut they take out of that, and we put it right back into the system, whether it be getting more t-shirts or getting some of these stickers going, or whether it be products paying for subscriptions and stuff. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I just want to thank you guys for joining us in general on these nights. I hope you're getting informative weather information. The one thing I ask that if there's something you'd rather see, and no one said this, but I would imagine you'd probably want a shorter form, because we really get into this on Sunday nights, and I don't want to take up too much of your precious time. So I am working on a show that is much shorter form. It's pretty quick and to the point. That would be on a more regular basis. And then Sunday and Wednesdays, we'd still dive into the details like this if you like this. So if there's something that you'd rather see out of these, if there's information you'd rather get off of a map that maybe you're seeing somewhere else that you want me to explain to you, I'd be happy to do that. But just keep in mind, this is your show. This is not my show at all. I'm doing this for you so that you know how to plan your week and that you'll understand what's happening weather-wise when you hear it in the forecast or whatever it is. So again, feedback is extremely welcome in terms of these shows and how they evolve, okay? So let's get to your questions here. Teresa's on vacation. Noreen said, don't say snow. Sorry. Alexis says, I used to live in Duluth. That's cool, Alexis. It's beautiful up there, right on Lake Superior. You got, good wineries up there as well. Northern Michigan, just a beautiful view, but gosh, it's cold. It's great in the summertime and late spring, I'm sure, but just keep that in mind if you're visiting this time of year. Shar, you're welcome. Let's see. Mark says, why are all the Levi's now stretch fabric? Mark, that's because we are inherently overweight as a country, I would imagine. I know myself, I happen to have an ice cream party with my kids this evening, and we didn't eat ice cream. We probably didn't even deserve ice cream. Our bodies don't need it, but it was good. So everything's stretch fabric now, just to give you a little extra stretch for sure. And that's interesting. I know you mentioned that, or someone did a while ago. Let me take a note down on that. I have not checked on the water bottles this week. Let's see, and water bottles. So I will look into water bottles. Would you want something like worthwhile, like a bigger one or a smaller one? Because I can talk to our vendor on that for sure. Kimberly, that's a good call, like a spring break forecast, like a travel one. That's interesting. So Gulf Shores, Alabama, hearing there's a storm coming on through on Tuesday. Well, we don't have a show for that yet. So why don't I just give you the forecast for down now? We'll look at it. Kathy, you're welcome. Mark says, boo. Heather, the system's going to come in tomorrow night. So tomorrow looks great during the day. It's tomorrow night that we get a lot of rain from this. Let me go back to, let's see. What do I want to show you here? Let's do this one. And let's go actually this one. And I'm going to put this on a loop so we can see this. Some of this rain that's coming in tomorrow night. So it's tomorrow night that the rain arrives, and then it looks pretty steady as we get into the day. Tuesday, Wednesday, we have more rain coming through. Maybe some rumbles of thunder Tuesday night, Wednesday. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we still have showers around. And then Thursday into Friday, we have a little rain snow, and then it finally goes away. So you can see this is going to come in several waves. But our first wave is tomorrow night on into Tuesday, as it looks right now. Okay, I promised a Gulf Shores forecast, so let me get that going real quick. If you have any other questions, go ahead and load them up in there. That'd be great. And then we'll get you on to your Sunday evening. I hope you guys had a good weekend. It's spring. We made it, right? Okay, so let's look at, I'm going to change products here for your spring breakers. Here's Florida, obviously. So in terms of their forecast, they're going to be, just in advance, I can tell you, they're going to be getting that Gulf Coast, that same low that's coming up through here has got the severe weather back in Texas tomorrow night. That will translate east along the Gulf Coast as we go throughout the week. So probably Tuesday, Wednesday, is when they get the bulk of this. So let's go to this. This is fine. And we'll go through time. So here's Monday. They're dry in Gulf Shores. You're talking right in here along Golf Course, Orange Beach, Pensacola, that whole stretch there. The what is that? 10, they call it A. What is that? The stretch that people have the bumper stickers, whatever that route is in Florida. I'm shooting a blank. We vacationed there once, and there are bumper stickers everywhere. It's like A10 or something like that. Anyway, all right. So here's Florida. Here you go. Here's your storms coming in Tuesday night. Yep, that's what we were thinking. So Tuesday night, Wednesday, they'll likely have some decent storms, and then Wednesday looks stormy as well, especially early. There'll probably be some tornadoes with us as well. Tornadoes down south. I forecasted when I went down to Georgia. I was in Columbus, Georgia. So we would forecast for some of our Alabama counties, and we'd watch the storms in Florida. So I've had 3 years experience of forecasting these. The tornadoes aren't big down there, but they tend to get a lot of spin up tornadoes, especially the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, because you have wind coming off the ocean one direction, and then the system's usually coming in from the west. So you have good shear down there. There's not often a ton of instability, but the shear is what causes it. So you'll get a lot of quick spin up tornadoes. So that looks kind of rough for them. And that would be Tuesday night, Wednesday, and then it's out of there. That's how the weather goes down south. You literally get a hit of rain and severe weather and tornado threat, and then it's done. And then you have like 5 days of nice, and then you get another round, and it's like more tornadoes, more severe weather, and then it's out. So I don't know if I'd rather have just the rain every 2 days here or whatever works, but there you go. Kimberly, did that work okay? Did you get my answer all right? I hope that helps. Heather, you're welcome. Kimberly, gotcha. Yeah, Florida, Bama, Gulf Shores. We vacationed there, Orange Beach too one time. Is it A1A, Alexis? No, what is it? It's like something A. Man, I'm shooting a blank. I should Google it. But anyway, there's a route along the Gulf Coast in northern Florida Panhandle that people vacation on. They have vacation homes, and they love to get the bumper sticker to tell everyone else that they vacation there, which doesn't make sense to me. Kimberly has a lake house, she says, in Wisconsin. We still have 3 feet of snow. Wow, there's still 3 feet on the ground, or is it in a pile? Man, we had a big pile here at our house. I made a giant snow fort. Some of you saw that on my social media pages, which, feel free to follow me if you want. I mean, we can connect. You can know my family. I mean, we're all family here. It's Wince Weather, everything on social media. And again, I'm a meteorologist for NBC in Cleveland. Keep that in mind. All right. So you're getting Cleveland forecasts if you follow me on there. No, that's not it. No, that's not it, Mark. Wow, Kimberly, that's crazy. It's not 98, Alexis. It's something else. A1A is the east coast of Florida. Didn't hear you. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway. All right. Well, I think that's it. I don't see any other questions in here. So I hope that helps with your spring break forecast. You get all you asked for on here. So us locally, just kind of a recap. You can always go back and watch the beginning. But as a recap, we've got a pretty good dose of several rounds of rain this week. In terms of amounts of rain, we're talking anywhere from 1 inch to perhaps 2 inches of rain before it's all said and done. Ground can handle that. We're still fairly dry by spring standards, so I'm not anticipating flooding. We'll have to see by Wednesday if we get anything training over the same area. But rain moves in. Tomorrow's beautiful. Get outside, enjoy it. 70s, sunshine will give way to high clouds. Will give way to clouds late in the day. Showers arrive either in the evening or after dark once we go to bed. It'll be pretty rainy tomorrow night. Tuesday, we have rain. It'll stop. It'll rain. It'll stop. Temperatures in the 50s, so not bad, not cold, but not as warm as Monday. Tuesday night, Wednesday, we have a thunderstorm threat as the system continues to spin up over us. Wednesday, it turns showery. We'll probably be near 50. It'll be a little bit blusterier, a little bit cooler with showers. Thursday, we turn colder. We're back into the 40s with a little rain and snow around. Yes, that system moves out. We say goodbye to it Friday, and then we have a dose of colds coming this next weekend as it looks right now. Could that change? Sure. But this would be a Saturday night and Sunday clipper that comes in. It brings Arctic air with it. We may have temperatures that don't get out of the 30s for a couple of days. That would be Sunday, Monday, maybe. We'll see. And yeah, probably some snow around. So that's your summary of the forecast this week. Okay. So hope that helps. All right. You're absolutely welcome. You guys have a great evening. Mary, you're welcome. Mark, you're welcome. Hope you get through the week okay. We'll have another Region Weather Live on Wednesday. And we'll also have updates as we go throughout the week as well. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.